History often remembers kings as heroes, men of power, crowns, and glory. But some decisions made by kings were so cruel, so calculated, that even centuries later, they make the world uncomfortable. This is not a story of war. This is not a story of battle. This is the story of a single decision, made by one man, that cost millions of innocent lives. This is the darkest decision ever made by a king. In the late 1800s, Europe was obsessed with expansion. Empires were racing to claim land, resources, and influence. At the center of this race was King Leopold II of Belgium. On the surface, Leopold appeared civilized. He spoke about progress. He talked about education. He promised to bring development to Africa. But behind closed doors, Leopold had a private obsession. He wanted absolute control, unlimited wealth, and a colony that belonged to him alone. Not Belgium, not the government, him. In 1885, King Leopold made a decision that would shock the world, though the world wouldn't realize it for decades. He claimed ownership of a massive African territory known as the Congo Free State. But here's the truth. This land was not free, and it was not a state. It was Leopold's personal property. His decision was simple and horrifying. The Congo would exist for one purpose only: to extract wealth at any human cost. And the resource he wanted most was rubber. Leopold created a system of terror. Villages were given rubber quotas, impossible quotas. If the people failed to meet them, punishment followed. Hands were cut off. Children were taken hostage. Entire villages were burned. Soldiers were ordered to prove every bullet was used on a human target, so they brought back severed hands as evidence. This wasn't chaos. This wasn't accidental cruelty. This was policy. The king's decision turned violence into routine, suffering into efficiency, death into accounting. Over time, fear became normal. Silence became survival. Historians estimate that 10 million people died under Leopold's rule. 10 million. From murder, from starvation, from disease, from exhaustion. Entire communities disappeared. Cultures collapsed. Families were erased. And while the Congo bled, Leopold built monuments, palaces, statues celebrating his success. Europe praised him. Investors admired him. The world believed his lie. When reports of the atrocities finally surfaced, Leopold denied everything. He called it exaggeration, propaganda, fake news. But evidence kept growing. Photographs, witnesses, survivors. Eventually, international pressure forced Belgium to take control of the Congo, ending Leopold's private rule. But the damage was already done. King Leopold II was never punished. He died wealthy, honored, surrounded by luxury. The darkest part of this story isn't just the violence. It's the decision itself. A decision made in comfort that caused unimaginable suffering far away. A reminder that the most dangerous evil in history is not rage, but cold, calculated choice.